Yeah, no, like I said, I think it's something I could probably, I could probably like, I'm saying, just share you for the sake of combo. Just kind of walk you through like how we tackle planning here. Well, it's the philosophy that I have adopted for my own family plan as well as my clients. I think there's a video I gotta pull up. That'd be the only thing I would probably be another avenue we can kind of walk through. But I think that's pretty much the gist, just helping people look at it, showcase what I do, how I help people. Starts off with just a simple conversation. Um, it's kind of going from there. So yeah, I guess I can share my screen. I don't know, you probably can't see it, or if not, maybe just hear it. You can kind of piece it together. Um, let's say, can you hear that?
No, I can't hear it.
Okay, let me see. This is trying to think of how to share. There we go.
Bring a broader perspective to
Can
your
you hear me now?
plan. Not only are they expert listeners, their unique
Okay.
expertise will help you reach a new level of financial confidence. Some companies only focus on investments to grow your money, others just on insurance to protect you against risk. Each are important, but on their own, they'll only take you so far. We've seen that both working together can take you further. A financial plan from Northwestern Mutual combines time-tested strategies designed for growth and protection, personalized to you. Your advisor will look at where you are now and where you want to go, tailoring your plan from a range of financial options designed to reinforce each other to get you there. And if your priorities change, you'll have the flexibility to pivot, keeping your goals on track. It's an approach shown to give you better long-term financial outcomes than other approaches, helping you work towards your long-term goals while still enjoying the things you love to do today. Discover your new level of financial confidence. Let's get started on your plan.
So yeah, this kind of how we kind of function as a firm. We believe having both aspects to the plan. So okay. But yeah, did you catch any of that or
They were saying focus on the plan,
okay.
figure out
I said afraid you're breaking up a little bit, man. Okay.
kind of go from there.
Okay. Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you now. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, they kind of just mentioned focusing on plan and kind of starting from the beginning, kind of working
Yeah.
your way through.
Yeah. Just having at least for me, like most folks that I've worked with have clients that's been partners with them for like 20, 30 years. So it's like it's not oh, let's just do this one thing and then disappear. It's like, hey, every 6 months we're checking in. What's going on? How's life going? Anything change? Anything exciting happening? Anything we can help you out with? Anything you just want to go past it, we throw some stuff together. Cool. And then we just kind of keep it running that way.
Right.
And at least that's what I appreciate
Yeah,
just about the combo itself. It's just always, you know, good.
that makes sense.
Yeah, man.
Um, okay. Um, I was hoping that I could bring guys like you to the group for the group to receive assistance with financial
Hmm.
planning. Um, from what I see, I don't think people really need the help,
Mm.
or this time has not really been feasible, but nobody really raised their hand and spoke up about it.
Yeah.
So yeah, my impression is that most people got it together, or they just don't really. They're either too busy in the will of doing
Yeah,
other
think of it.
things,
Hmm.
get sick of it, to where
Yeah.
participate and educate themselves, know what to do, or they don't really value it as much. Like those are the two perceptions that I get.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah. No,
unfortunate to the speakers. It's unfortunate to them and their families, but
yeah.
yeah, I think I don't have the solution to really how to help people if they don't show up. So,
You know, you can't control that, man. I think what I've gathered is it's most folks that have, they say they got it together, most folks don't. Right. And this is just the reality of me. Like I said, working with, you would imagine working with someone who makes, you know, one of my clients, really good friend of mine, he owns three businesses, makes 450 a year. He had no insurance planning for his family. Right. He didn't have
yeah,
any, like, he didn't do any planning towards, like, hey, I want to get into, like, he didn't really do any substantial planning. He just like, hey, I'm just going to build all this stuff and I'm gonna be good. It's like, no, like, he's married and he has four kids. Like, life would be detrimental if he was to die unsuspectingly, right? And we know we're not expecting people to die, but you know, it's good to have and not need and to need and not have, right? So,
right.
but then on even on another foot, it's like folks say, hey, well, I have an advisor. And it's okay. Do they have, um, you know, have an advisor like a financial guy? It's like, okay, cool. What do they do? Oh, we just go through my investments. Okay. I'm glad you have someone you trust in your corner, right? Doing a follow up note, like are they talking about budgeting, risk management, management and mitigation? Are they looking at all the pieces of your plan? Are they, what are they really doing? They were like, oh well, doing some stuff like that. I'm like, well, it's a difference between an advisor and a planner, right? Which I think most folks don't really see planners; they just see advisors. And no shot to no one, but um, it's just a different conversation that most folks don't get access to. And so it's nothing that people aren't doing differently. It's just how it plays out.
Right, right.
So
Got
that so I can definitely see if I can find something here. Sample, because I have something that I use. Where's that sample? I was trying to find it, but it's not here. That's crazy. And I just had a sample financial plan that we create for clients. Um, and it's not exact, it's not like a real person. This is kind of like a generic, this is what we do. But
okay.
let's see if I can find it. For some reason, usually I keep it on my desktop, but it's not there today. Hmm, no, let me do this. I know exactly where it's at. That's a sample financial. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I found it. Um, and so like, the plan that we kind of walk clients through is something similar, right? We show them like, hey, what do they do? What do they want to accomplish? What they're currently doing, assets, what they have disclosed, X, Y, and Z. How to tackle those goals as far as on the timeline based on the dollar commitment that they want to tackle and putting in there strategically. Um, so I think the value that we add to the conversation is we have like, most people don't have a working document. They can kind of look at all of their goals on a place
Yeah,
like this and then showing how, retirement analysis, like break down like, hey, based on if you retire at this age, how much of your dollars would you need to accumulate to maintain your lifestyle, your current lifestyle, with the dollars you currently have working in your plans and all that. So,
okay.
um, we talk about investments. We talk about all the nine asset classes that people talk about, and this is just like historical data based on how they perform year over year, like down 18 or up 1.9%, showing how it's good to be diverse in your investments. That's really what this is
Right.
showcasing. Yeah, so it just gives good insight to what you should be doing, what you should be tracking, and where to put your dollars and how you should be putting your dollars, all that.
Okay.
So
Cool.
a lot of good insight. But what's up, everybody? I think I see Titus and uh, Alfred join. Shay Alfred. I don't want to pronounce your name wrong, brother.
Lufred. Oh no, that's me. And then G Alfred. Yeah. G Alfred.
How's it going? How's it going? I'm still at work. I'm just trying to get in while I can.
Yes, sir.
Need more people like you.
That part. So just show up and learn.
Hey, I don't know if you said it. You might have said it already. So you're a financial planner?
Yes, sir. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Are you independent or do you work for Schwab, one of the big boys?
Yeah, I work with I partner with Northwestern Mutual. I don't know if you've heard of them before. Yeah, they've been rocking for like 170 years. So that's and I'm also a client with them. So been a client with them for about 5 years. And then I decided to make the transition from my previous career as software engineer. And so I was like, let me just, make this a lifelong thing and replicate the great experience that I had with clients that I know. So, hey, bud.
I love the world. I love the financial advisor planning world. But those series are no joke.
Oh no, I literally
joke.
just passed. I just passed my 6, and
Yeah.
I'm looking to get my I'm gonna do the 6 and 63 for mutual funds, and then I'm gonna look to get my 7 for the individual stocks next. Yeah, no, it's a lot, man. It is a lot, but no, it's and especially now because they had like an extra layer. You got to take like another test, like a so it's just like how do you navigate this space? And a lot of the tests, the initial test primarily focuses on like individual. So it's like I might as well get the 7 first, but I'll just get the 6 and rock with the 7 thereafter. But most folks, like mutual funds, so or at least like indexes or what's it called, ETFs or something like that. So
yeah, when I worked for Schwab, I know when you come on, they put everyone to get their CIE, the basics, but
right.
then while you're on, it's like good luck trying to find the time to work and study for these. It feels like the bar exam.
That part, no, it's definitely tough. No, because like I say, like you're trying to maintain what is it, 15, client time a month and a week, and then still live life. So yeah, definitely is a never ending journey. I know LaFred had a drop, but I don't know. Did you guys have any questions? I don't know. Like this is my first meeting joining, so I'm not sure how typically the flow goes. But you guys have any questions just in general? Any feedback or anything you'd like to learn more about?
No, I missed the beginning, so I don't even know what the topic was. My apologies.
Oh no, you're all good. Yeah, no. So, kind of my spiel is, I work in the financial space. Running an independent practice where I'm helping family members, individuals, business owners, essentially protect the things they can't afford to lose, and helping folks mitigate their tax risks as closer they get to retirement, right?
Okay.
And I kind of facilitate that by having like a 3-step process, like a intro call, getting to know folks, understand their stories, 3, 5, 10-year goals, and then putting a plan together to help them achieve those goals in that time frame. It's kind of risk and repeating every 6 months. So it's kind of like how I function, how I help. Complementary conversations. If we do decide to work together, any shape or form, we have that discussion as far as like fees and stuff. But I love to build all my relationship based off trust, guidance, and education. So really, I don't want to be like, oh, I'm gonna send you a measly bill type deal. It's just gonna be just a good quick combo. Understand your story, and if it makes sense to connect again, we will. And just mutual network, right? So
yeah. I'm almost in a similar but different. So I'm getting into estate planning because former
Mm,
military law enforcement, and I just see a lot of us don't have a clue what estate planning is and the benefits of it.
man,
So I'm
man,
starting to build that up. I'm studying for my health and life right now, so
I
that
love
way,
that.
while I'm in that space, I could
Yeah,
say, hey, why don't you have life insurance? And maybe you don't understand it, but let me help you understand why it's important, and build that
man,
legacy.
that part, man. People don't really understand. Like, 'cause you think, I think you can probably resonate with this. Like, the having the ability to transfer assets without giving the beneficiaries the tax liability.
Yes.
Major, right? How what does it look like me handing you over a property that I bought in the 80s, right? And then you got to assume, like I said, you got nothing but gains at that point, right? I'm sure that
Yeah.
house is probably 2x, 3x what you bought it for, if not more. So if I could put into a trust, as we're talking, and then make the beneficiary, essentially make the owner of the home or asset the trust. Beneficiaries of that trust is the people, the kids,
Right.
families, right? So it's just whole strategic planning, man. And most folks don't really do that. They're like, oh, I'm gonna buy a house. I'm trusting it to my
Yeah.
kids. No,
Yep.
the number
I'm
one
taking it a
thing,
step. Yep.
yeah,
Taking
yeah,
it a
no,
step further. A lot of my friends are in real estate, and I told them, I'm saying, hey guys, I'm like, if someone's coming to you to buy a house, then why not at the table? And you got everyone at the table, the title company, everyone. Go ahead and put the trust. I mean, open up the trust, and right then and there, just get it out your name, put in trust name, and just walk on, move on with life.
most folks, and I think most people don't even know that's even a step. They be like, and don't be fair, like as long as they get one set up, you can always move,
Mm-hmm.
change names legally. It doesn't. But again, to your point, most people don't know. They be like, oh, I think I should, maybe. Like,
Yep.
so yeah, it's those conversations are, as I'm connected with people, it was like, oh yeah, let me get one set up. I think I should get one. And my thing is, if you were married, have kids, have a home, get
Yes.
one,
Yeah.
get one. Like,
Yeah, because
not
that's
an
why I like
issue.
the financial literacy, because then
Hmm.
if I know you're squared away to get a trust, then I can say, well, let me get you to my boy Dwain, and do the rest. Take the next step. Let's get your future mapped out. Let's get your investments mapped out. I'm like, don't stop. let's let's keep
No,
going.
yeah, no, but yeah, I think the hardest part that I have in this conversation is most people don't even want to like even explore it because
Hmm.
they already assume the worst. Like, because like, and to be fair, most financial guys don't look like us, right?
Right.
And so they're like, okay, why would I have to sit down? They assume we're like everyone else, versus like, no, like there's a contextual difference that I understand completely. Like, you're not talking to some random schmo from whoever. Like, I understand the plight of, even black males trying to piece together a plan for their family, trying to live a life worth living, leaving a legacy. So it's like you're
Yeah.
not you're talking to someone who can piece it together and knows like, hey, I know what you're trying to do. Let me help you get there.
Yeah.
So all good stuff, man. No, next I'm connected with a guy. He's been in real estate for about not real estate, a state attorney for about 15 years. Oh, yes, ma'am. As you see, my daughter calls me. Okay, okay. Give me a second. What happened? Oh, you clicked out of it. You just got to go over here. You okay? You okay? Okay. I'm back, guys.
All right.
But yeah, no, it's those things. And I was telling LaFred this, some things that is just like, hey, this is how we do planning, at least for here. It's like have the conversation, kick it, and the thing that I love most about it is just it's just a combo. Who most folks like they already have like this, like they try to like brace like something to be trying to like I said, it's just a barrier we just got to break through. But it's
Yeah.
nothing that's uncommon.
Yeah, and also, just by talking to a lot of people, it I think a lot majority feel they don't have enough funds to come to the table to have that conversation. It's like, well, I'm not making hundreds of thousands or millions, so what do I have to talk to a planner about, an advisor about?
That part. And it's so funny. I think that we shoot ourselves in the foot when we don't. And man, I love having this convo because it's like if you met anyone who has done any generational wealth planning or just even aspirations to leave a legacy, it's not about a dollar amount, it's about the consistency and the motion,
Yeah.
right? So it's like you go into the gym, right? Like, man, I wish I could bench 250 or whatever. You can bench 135. Just consistently do that. And over time,
You get
you can
there.
add on more weight when it makes sense. But most people just like this one. I just want to do this. So I'd rather you know where you stand, piece that together. Then once it makes sense, you already know. Put money here, put it this way. Put money here, put it that way. Set this up over here, do it this way. But most folks, like you said, are like, hey man, I can only save like $100 a month. I mean, life doesn't stop us. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
um no, like I said, people have a self-defeating concept when it comes to money, and they shouldn't.
That is
And
true.
I think lack of knowledge too. Thanks, Dwain.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
And yeah, just lack of knowledge. I mean, we weren't taught it
No.
growing up, and so you don't know how to do it. So so y'all were just talking about trust earlier.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I know it was somebody. He was talking with me about trust. I work at Winston-Salem State, and he's no longer here. But he was talking with me about trust some time ago.
Yeah.
And so like I guess just in brief, because I know we have to end at like 6:55, but like what is a trust? And because I think he was saying that, was it like people with a lot of money or rich people or famous people, whatever, like they have trust.
No.
And
It's
yeah.
Some of
simpler and yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, the rich people put their money in the trust because A, privacy, B, a major B is probate. See, people don't
Yes.
understand if you pass on, until if there's no trust in place, then the courts, the state will take over your estate pretty much. So when they do that, everything has to be decided through the court. So if you got $1 million in your trust, basically the court's going to say, okay, well, we need to appoint an attorney to do this. We need to pay your debtors, and they take everyone gets paid first, and then your family gets what's left, and it's public because anything that goes to the courts is public. So when you get that trust, they don't even get to see it. Your stuff remains private, and it's designated how you want it to go, where you want it to go, and you get to call the shots. If you don't want your kids to have 50,000 until they get married, you put it in your trust. You break it down how you want it. If you don't want your house to be sold, you keep it in trust. If you say, I don't care if you sell the house, just take the money. You don't have to go to the courts, which the courts could take, I don't know, nowadays it's like 8 months to almost a year just for it to get settled.
Oh,
and
man.
I guarantee you could talk to someone and they got a story about someone died in their family and they had to go to probate, and the stress, they don't get to mourn the person, but the stress of trying to figure out the paying their taxes, finding out what bank accounts they have, it's so much to it. But when you have that trust, everything is in one place.
Everything's in one place, yeah. And then to your point, it's like, there's a way to think about just legacy as a whole, right? And then to your point, man, oh, you got it? Okay. When it comes to legacy, it's like, okay, how do I transfer stuff from one person to the next person? And two, I've heard it even a little level deeper where people have created like dynasty trust,
Yeah.
where it's like I
They
think what
created
is it?
what?
A dynasty trust. So one of my clients, um, he is a grandson of Louis Upton, the founder of Whirlpool.
Yeah.
And so you talk about that. It's like, hey, how do I essentially passing down the state from one person to the next in my bloodline without it having it set up correctly. So that's how,
Hmm.
families maintain wealth and transfer wealth from one generation to the next. And it's gotten as intricate as, okay, if someone passes away, okay, whatever dollars they got from that insurance policy, throw it back into the trust or throw it back into another vehicle and just
Yeah.
rinse and repeat, right?
Yeah.
So it's not
Oh,
even, you know what I
and
mean? So
keep,
it's,
and just keeping it in the family the whole way through.
Right.
And
oh,
that can even be built upon, but you just keep it
in the
in
family,
the,
It
yeah,
man,
yeah.
survives
That's
for
like,
generations. I mean, it's just like Trump, a trust fund baby. I want us to have trust fund babies. All of us should have trust fund babies. People trying to say that's a bad word. Are you a trust fund baby? Okay, all right.
man,
right, right,
you
What's your
sound you
point?
sound mad. You sound mad. Like,
right. Because what's the alternative?
Right.
Yeah,
If
right.
just imagine if your parents knew about the trust and passing it on, where might we be right now? Because some of our parents had money, but some of us
Yes.
didn't have the education to know what to
right.
do with the house and the money. So we could be
Hmm.
a lot further. And so
You
we
know,
can't make the same mistake.
no,
That's so
my
good.
mother, man, my mom bought a house. I think I was like 8 years old, and she's almost finished paying it off. She was like, "I want to sell it." I said, "You better not. You better get a trust set up, and then you know what I'm saying you can always rent it out, but don't
Yeah.
sell it." Like, man,
Yep.
no, like, no,
Rent
like,
it,
no,
HELOC
like,
it. I mean, the equity that's in there, I mean, get some rental. You could do whatever with the equity.
man. I told her, and she never refied, never done anything to it. She just
Oh,
paid it off,
wow.
and so she has probably about maybe close to like 100 grand and 50 equity in it.
Yeah.
And so I told her, I'm like, Ma, like, do not sell the house. I don't care how you feel about it. Like, give it to me. Like, if you don't,
Yeah.
Yeah,
like, give it to me. Like, no, we're
Yeah.
not, no, because what's happening is big companies like Blackstone, they're buying all these small spots and never
Yeah.
letting them go.
Yes. Can
Man,
you imagine how many of us been
never.
robbed already because of because not knowing?
right.
No, no, no. They just be like, oh yeah, we're gonna give you a good deal now, and then they're just gonna keep it on their books, and it will never reach the market again. Never. They'd be like, oh, we're just gonna we're gonna rent it out 2, 3 times what you get all the money back and then some. Like they'll pay the mortgage off, then they get tax credits for it, and then they get dollars out to invest it again. So it's like, it man, robbed,
Yep.
robbed.
Mm.
If
And
you
is
don't buy
Robbed.
that
your land now, you may not find much in the future.
No, it's gonna be crazy, man. Like, and I tell people like, you want to buy a house? I'm like, yeah, you can definitely buy a house, but it's like anything under like four, was it 350, pretty much gone. Like
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
can't really find many houses like in a good city under 350. It's
Yeah.
pretty hard to
I got
like
lucky
navigate.
when I got out the military and came back to Texas. This this people were selling a house for 225 on 3 acres, and I didn't know if I could get it, but I told them, say, hey, if the VA and what I make, if I could get it, I want it. And he's like, well, I like your story, I like your background. Like, if you could get approved, the house is yours. And I got approved, and my wife is like, I don't know, because it was considered the country, but we're right. I mean, like yards outside the city limits. And my wife is like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to be in the country. I want to be around people. I'm just like, you're not going to find a house this size on 3 acres in the city. You're not going to find it
Oh
again.
no,
If I walk away from this now, we get something else, which we can, we, we won't get it. And so
no,
now the houses around me are pretty much starting at 350 on the low end.
Wow.
So
And they're
she's like,
they're
"Oh,
like
okay,
fixer uppers and all that. Yeah, it's not even like
yeah,
move-in ready. Yeah, it's crazy, man.
And you got yours
yeah,
for how much?
225. Yep,
Mm,
Wow.
3,000 square foot on 3 acres. Yeah, I told her, I was like, this would be a legacy home.
that part,
I was like,
man, it ain't going nowhere. What?
nope.
So do y'all think now is a good time to buy homes, or should we wait? Like, what is like for a first time
Uh, I
buyer?
yeah, no, I this is my thought, and people have different opinions on this, but it's like you never know how things are going to play out with the election year and how things are going to shift, and it's like you buy now, you might pay a higher interest rate. Then if it goes down, then you just refinance or get a lower rate, right?
Yeah,
But then two, say if you don't, and then it goes up, then you're like, "Dag, I wish I would have," right?
Blackstone
So
will
if
take
you,
over.
I feel like if you, yeah, like if you have the capacity to buy a home, I would say go ahead and do it.
Like now?
Because I think even, yeah, if you can find a spot that you love and willing to put the work in to do what you need to do for it, like just go ahead, like because I don't see any like I feel like if you it's too we just don't know,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
'Cause like I say, interest rates might go down to like maybe five-ish. I think right now that what, six and some change, maybe at least the lowest that I've seen. Um, I mean,
Yeah, 'cause people are buying and holding. I
yeah,
mean, it's just what
yeah,
they're doing.
yeah. So I would say if you have the capacity of desire to, like, I would say go ahead and buy one, and you can always get an FHA loan. You get like a what's it called, 203. Got another type of loan you can get, like just get something 3 to 5% down, um, and stay there for like a year. If you don't like it, then you just go somewhere else and rent it out. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Always
it's
leverage it.
yeah, it's like you can't go wrong with real estate, man. That's just something that I'm learning. Like most of my successful clients that I have, all of them are in real estate. Um,
Mm.
so
It's like
I don't.
there's always a way to like manipulate it
Yeah, you can always just
in your favor.
and so this is the reality. The United States government would give you tax credits for being a homeowner or business owner.
Mm.
And if you rent out your spot, then they'll give you, like, you can write off depreciation on your property, and all these, there's tax cuts for you providing a resource for folks in the world, whether it be homes or jobs, right? So to your point, yeah, they can just write off stuff. They can move money around. They can leverage it to this point, leverage it as like an asset towards another property down the line. So I met people to say, hey, you know, how do I get into a real estate game? Like, just buy a house, just buy the first house, refinance or take a HELOC, get another one, and do this, rinse and repeat it. Like, to be fair, there's some pain points in all of it, but you know,
Yeah.
it's you. I never heard anyone not like real estate because of all the, you know. So like,
Everything that with it.
say it again.
Because of everything that comes with it, I guess those
Yeah,
pain. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. It outweighs it, man. So
Yeah.
if you have a, no, man, I'm still stuck on the 3 acres, brother. I'm trying to be trying to be where you at.
Yeah, I mean, I look at it. If you could get it, what's the alternative? I mean, being in an apartment, spending the same amount of money in an apartment nowadays. I mean, some apartments are costing more than homes nowadays, and,
Yeah,
and you don't get any type of break for it.
no,
So I
Yeah.
mean,
and
there's more
yeah,
to take care of a home, but still, you're gonna get more out of it.
that part. And then you think about, like, what I'm saying, most folks that get an apartment, they're like, all right, cool, I'm gonna get a spot next year. Literally, my in-laws, they're raising the rent $400 this year.
Yep.
Crazy.
I'm just like,
I
you
was,
gotta be.
yeah, I was staying somewhere renting. It was like five. Well, it might have started out being like 575. It went up to 595. That might have been the most I paid for it. I moved
Mhm.
out and it went up. I don't even, was it 8 something? Like it shot up. I was like, wow,
Yeah,
what?
And you
it's
know what that
madness,
is?
man.
A lot of gentrification, they're pushing them up because now they want a certain type of client in there, and they know
Yeah,
raising it is going to get that client.
that
Mm.
part.
Everything's on purpose.
Yeah, everything's
Oh,
strategic, man. Yeah, everything's
Yeah.
strategic.
mm,
No reason
goodness.
they got to raise it that much, or you've been there for 10+ years, and now all of a sudden they want to, triple it. they,
Mm.
Yeah,
they want you out.
yeah, they want you out.
They
Yeah,
know you can't afford it, or you would have
right.
moved a long time ago if you could afford
And they know somebody's gonna pay it, and they know
Wow.
someone. They know somebody will pay it,
it. Yeah,
and it's a tough reality, man. Especially when this is for people that these are just business owned. Like they're not even like. And to be fair, like don't get me wrong, people like do what they need to do, but it's like you'd be like, yeah, let me just move this client out. I'll charge them this. Somebody will play it. We'll do. And it's like, yo, like that's tough. I mean, it's business. Like, I don't know how else to spin it for you. But
because I mean,
no,
heck,
it's like, but to your point, like, you should always be in a position to dictate the terms. Like always. Like you ain't got to be
because
like, oh, yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm just saying, yeah, just being able to dictate the terms at any point. It's all right, Brady.
Because right now, me and my wife, all my kids are out the house, gone, college,
Yeah,
doing their own thing, and so we got a 6-bedroom house. We only use maybe 2 rooms, so we're
that's
now
funny.
thinking about like, okay, so what do we do with the rest of it? Do we, you know, um, move out and make it a Airbnb or rent it out, or do we rent out a bedroom? Because hey, now we got the space and the other side of the house has his own master bedroom. I was like, we could rent it out and actually have them pay a whole mortgage off. I mean,
That
Mm.
pay
part.
for what our mortgage amount is. So I'm like, it gives you options if that's something that you're willing to put up with, you know.
That's good. Yeah.
But we don't have to go anywhere. If we rent out the room, and even if they, they're starting tenants and they move on, we know we can make the mortgage. We so we're always going to be up.
That part. Yeah, it pays for itself. When it gets to, and then it's like there's no, yeah, some states it's like there's no like rent laws, or it's like there's no limits or some stuff. So not saying you should do that, but there's I know place to be like, all right, I'm gonna raise my rent $400. Do I need to? No, but some people just do that. Um, but no, it's
Yeah.
real estate. Real estate's the game, man. Real estate is the game.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
we're at time.
it is, yeah.
Yeah. So I appreciate you, Dwayne.
Yes, sir.
And is it Shay?
Yes, Shay.
Shay. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I appreciate you for joining, and everyone else who joined. And yeah, maybe we can do another one of these, and get more men to join. But this was good. We appreciate it.
Yeah,
Appreciate you.
no. Yes, sir. No, like I said,
Absolutely.
I met LeGrand, LaFred online. He was like, yeah, join our chat today. And I'm like, okay. So I'm down
Yeah.
to connect with other brothers in the space. And like I said, if you guys are interested, just having a conversation, I'm here. I think I probably just get all on LinkedIn. We can always find a time. So,
Yeah, I'm gonna find you on LinkedIn as soon as I get
okay.
off here.
Okay. Yeah, do
Hi,
that
this is
then.
me. Okay.
Sounds good. Appreciate y'all.
Cool, cool.
All right,
All right,
brother.
brothers.
All
Stay
right.
blessed.
Yes,
Here.
sir.
All right.
See you guys.